Good morning, this is Markus Termin, Astrologisches Stundenbuch at the 3rd of November 2024. We are over with the Scorpio new moon, and now, as I'm speaking, the moon changed position and went into the sign of Sagittarius. And in Sagittarius, the moon joins Mercury and Venus. So this is the uprising of hope, actually. Hope is coming in with the moon in the sign of Sagittarius. We're not in the last days. Hope is going to come in. This is a bright and interesting and good new moon. Post new moon, actually, because the Scorpio new moon is usually, it goes down to the depths of a lot of emotions. And now, as the moon changed into fire signs and into the fire sign of Sagittarius, we get some inspiration. The sky opens up. In some region it does, actually. There's the idea of technical influence of things like that. And also, when the moon is in the sign of Sagittarius, we have a meeting with Mercury. Now, what has happened is most interesting, because Mercury also changed sign from Scorpio to the sign of Sagittarius, as you can see. And that means the ruler of Gemini is in the sign of Sagittarius, and the ruler of Sagittarius, Jupiter, is in the sign of Gemini. This is most important. That means we step into the period of wisdom and knowledge. A whole lot of things are going to come up and show up at the surface that have been hidden, that have been hidden behind. So the new moon was working in the depths of the unconscious, and now it's going to come up to the surface. And this is most important because so many things are hidden, so many things are far behind. This is a preview, actually, to the new prediction of the next upcoming new moon, which we are not in yet. Having a look at the predictive chart of the time period that we are still in, which is the new moon still in the sign of Virgo. Long time ago, seems like centuries ago, but this is actually the prediction. And looking at the elections in the United States, I'm unfocused on that too. Who is not? Everybody's looking at the chart of Trump and Harris and things like that, and what is really going to happen. So I was insecure about that, and a lot of people are insecure about that. But I'm pretty sure Mr. Donald Trump, President Donald Trump, is going to be re-elected. And this is shown in the predictive chart, which is the new moon in the sign of Virgo. Why is that? Because this is the last new moon position before the change of the sun in the cardinal sign. It's a very old teaching. I'm repeating myself. It comes from Claudius Ptolemaeus, one of the founding fathers of astrology. And looking at that chart, you might see that the situation is Uranus is at the top in the 10th house. And in the 10th house, Uranus at the top means, first of all, change, and it's an eruptive change. And Uranus is retrograde, saying this is somebody ruling 10th house, getting into the old position, actually. Also, the rising sign, ascendant we call, is in the sign of Leo. Mr. Trump is a Leo rising person. It's a tiny bit of Leo rising, but he still is. So I think we're going to see the change in the White House. But we have Mars and Neptune in a square position. And that means it's defocusing still. And that again means, of course, this is going to be again one of the elections with no clear outcome. So we are going to have two parties, and none of the parties, especially those who fear that the outcome is not positive for them, will respect the other side. So are we going to see the entrance in some chaotic deep waters in the United States? This is the question that we are sitting in front of, and well, it's time to pray, actually, you know. Ahead of us tomorrow, there's the Pluto and Mars opposition that affects Mr. Kennedy, Robert F. Kennedy, the strongest. So let's have a look what this outcome will be. If nothing happens, I'll be very, very happy because we all don't want any violence. But this is that's not in this chart. The Mars opposition to Pluto is in here. You know, this is the chart of the day. It's not in the predictive chart. Mars moved from Gemini up to the borderline to Leo. Okay, that's basically the situation. For the private use, Sagittarius moon conjuncting Mercury. You know, there's knowledge, and Venus is in Sagittarius too. That's a good thing. Go for it. Have plans, you know. Take care for Mars opposition Pluto. Don't hurt yourself, but that's the risk of life. We have to go for that. If you want to have personal contact, this is the mail address you can use down here at my blog site. You will find the conditions for a consultation. This is Markus Termin speaking at the 3rd of November 2024.